Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? How are you guys doing today? Hey, this is Gregory Wiles coming live to you from Houston, Texas with this inspirational morning talk. For first-time listeners, I'm on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8:45 a.m. That Central Time. That's our time here in Texas. And you can calculate which time zone you're in. But yes, it's a beautiful day here, not a hot day, and not a hot Texas day. Well, I hope you guys getting great weather wherever you are, man, wherever you are. Hey, today I can jump into it and get into this one quickly today. Good morning, Jillian. Good morning, Big Sis. Good morning. How are you doing? Hey, today I'm going to get into it quickly, man. This is another message for someone out there. This is another message for someone out there. Come to me this morning. This is the word he gave me this morning. It's the prophecy by Isaiah that Isaiah had in 61. Isaiah 61, again, reading from 1 through 3. And then we're going to look at Luke 4, 16 and 20. But this is a prophet for Isaiah had, and this is what he wanted me to tell someone out there, or a bunch of people out there. I know I claim this over myself also. I guess he probably is speaking to me also during this prophecy here that later on Jesus come and fulfill, right? So he said, the sovereign Lord, this is a prophecy, its title is Good News for the Oppressed. That's how it is in the Bible if you're looking at the NLT translation. It said good news for the oppressed. Good news for the oppressed, right? He said, the Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is upon me, for the Lord has appointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to comfort the brokenhearted and to proclaim that captives will be released and prisoners will set free. Hopefully, if that's where you lead me, I'm going to explain and go a little bit into the captives and prisoners, because when we talk about captives being free and prisoners being released and all of that, is not about the physical jail. We're talking about this is spiritual, and that's what believers got to understand. Spiritually being released and being captivated and being imprisoned by our sin, the enemy can imprison us, right? So that's what it's talking about there. But anyhow, he said, he has sent me to comfort the brokenhearted and to proclaim that captives will be released and prisoners will be freed. He has sent me to tell those who mourn that the time of the Lord's favor has come, guys. Someone is mourning, some people is mourning, some people are captives by the situation. They're probably praying for this for a long time and they're not seeing anything, they're about to give up. And he just want to send this little word of hope to you and saying, he has sent me to those who mourn that the time of the Lord's favor has come. The time of the Lord's favor has come. And with it, the day of God's anger against your enemies. So all the enemies coming up against you, you're probably saying there's no more hope. You're praying, and he's saying, no. The favor of the Lord has come. Remember when we talk about, the joy is coming in the morning, but morning is still dark, right? Morning technically is not technically, it's at 12, it's at just after midnight, is considered morning, right? But morning is still dark, and then you gotta wait a few hours before you see the light. So he's saying the favor has come. You're probably not seeing it right now, but your favor has come. Remember, everything gotta be done spiritually before manifest in this world. And once he releases it spiritually, it's just the amount of time for it to manifest here. So he's saying to whoever it is out there, you're praying, you got a situation, your enemy's coming up against you. He said the time has come. The Lord's favor, that the time of the Lord's favor has come, and with it, the day of anger against your enemies. So all those enemies coming up against you, he's saying, he can get them out of the way, right? To all who mourn in Israel, he will give them a crown of beauty for ashes. So you're mourning, give you a crown of beauty for ashes, a joyous blessing instead of mourning, a joyous blessing. So you can replace the mourning that you're mourning with blessings. You can replace it with blessings. So you're going through a situation where you can replace with blessings. Festive praise instead of display. Good morning, Tessa. Good morning, Tessa. Festive praise instead of despair. Remember, we talk about despair. Despair is that, like it's hopelessness. That's a depressive state. right? It's the depression and all of that. So he said he give you praises for the depression that you're going through. And in their righteousness, there will be like great oaks that the Lord has planted for his own glory. So he's saying he can take you out of where you are and you can be like the great oak, that big, nice tree that he planted for his own glory, right? So this is a prophecy Isaiah had. And let's look at Luke 4:16-20 and see Luke 4:16-20 and read about this prophecy being fulfilled, right? Marciately, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? So he said, when he came to the village of Nazareth, his boyhood home, he went as usual to the synagogues on the Sabbath and stood up to read the scriptures. The scroll of Isaiah the prophet was handed to him. He unrolled the scroll and found the place where this was written. The same prophecy Isaiah had how much 100 years ago. Jesus come to fulfill it now, right? He said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He's reading the same prophecy that I just read there, that Isaiah had prophesied so much years ago. He said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has anointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim that captives will be released, that the blind will see, that the oppressed will be set free, and that the time of the Lord has come. He rolled up the scroll, handed it back to the attendant, and sat down. All eyes in the synagogue looked at him, and he told them that prophecy had just been fulfilled. So guys, he just want me to remind someone, remind whoever this is, you know it when it's for you, to remind you that he already come and he fulfilled this prophecy already. He came and he fulfilled this prophecy, and he's telling you, I know you're mourning, I know you're praying, I know you're about, because the last, like 4 messages is about this, guys. And this is not by my design. I'm going to put that out there. This is not by my design. This is he's orchestrating this stuff. Remember we talk about before, we talk about what joy coming in the morning. Then we talk about the last time, what it was about the praying, about when you pray, then you go to bed, you leave it on him, and then he can take care of it, right? I can't remember exactly what scripture that was. But then here we come back again, trying to convince, trying to give people this hope, that saying, I know you're praying, I didn't forget you, but the time of the Lord's favor has come. And with it, the days of God anger against your enemies. So he's saying, all those enemies coming up against you, he said, your time has come. Your time has come. Your prayers have been heard. It is being heard. I ain't forget you. It is here. Your time has come. So the prophecy he gave me, then he direct me to Luke, just to saying it is fulfilled. It is fulfilled. He is unreleased. Because when we talk about these captives, you're being held captives. We being held captives. And I can go into it, other scriptures that back up what I'm saying. Being held captives by our sin, and then the enemy put us in that spiritual incarceration. So those situations that we going through is being oppressed by, is oppression from the enemy, right? Because of our own sin. Remember Job, right? When you talk about Job, and God gave him that permission to go and do the stuff to Job, right? You see, that permission was given in the spirit, right? Because remember how it started off in Job 1 is when the heavenly host all them was meeting, and then God asked, Satan was there with them, just like in the spiritual court, and God asked Satan, so what was going on? And then he said, man, he was roaming the earth, to see what's going on. And then God asked him if he ever considered serving Job. But you see what happened there. God is spirit. The devil is a spirit. All these angels. This is happening in the spiritual realm. And that's what believers got to understand. And once we got to understand, and like what Paul said, look beyond, right? This happening in the spirit. And God give him permission is in the spirit realm. God give him the permission, right? God give him the permission. So it was approved spiritually for these things to happen to Job in this physical world, right? So I want to set the principle. God give him that all that take place, that conversation take place in the spiritual realm. The devil ain't no man walking around here, and God is not a man walking around. He comes as Jesus and he gone back up. So all this conversation in the Tiny Bible was spiritually that was dealing with this. And when God gave him permission spiritually to go and afflict Job, then he come and then he start to carry out just what God give him permission to do, right? So it happened in the spiritual realm first. The permission was granted in the spiritual realm, and then it happened manifest in this realm. So that's why I'm saying, and this is the message you're trying to give to whoever this is for out there. Is that I already give my angels spiritually. We had one of them same meetings there in the spiritual courts that what we talk about with Job, because how often it looked like that is meet. I don't know if it's once a week, once a month, once a day, whatever. He said in that meeting that we had there, just how I give the enemy that permission in our spiritual meeting to go and afflict Job, he's saying, I give my angels now permission to go down there and bless you. Your time has come. Your prayers have been heard. I'm watching and seeing what you're doing. You're changing around. You're doing the right thing. I giving the angels permission right now to go down and bless you right now. Right? So that's what this prophecy is, and he telling me, and he reinforced it to show Jesus has already fulfilled it. The battle is already won. So your praise now, you are finishing up your praise in Jesus' name. He's saying, good. You got it. You got your victory. I release the victory spiritually. So whoever it is, be in a state of expectancy. Be in a state of expectancy now and start thanking him. Start thanking him that your time has come. Based on this word that he gave me to give you. Thanking him that your time has come. And stay in expectancy. Don't let the enemy doubt you no more and tell you it's a hope. You know, your last hope and it's done and you can't get out of the situation you're in. You can't overcome the sickness, the situations, your job, where your kids going through. They can't come out of it and you need to give up. No. That's a lie, Ron Mayer. Good morning. Karen McKen, good morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing? No, he is sending this here now as a further confirmation to let you know your time has come. Don't let no one talk you out of it. Don't let no one talk you out of it. Your time has come. Let me read this over one more time and then I'm going to wrap it up here, right? This is that, whoever joined in late, this prophecy what Isaiah had that Jesus come and fulfilled, right? This prophecy that Isaiah had, Isaiah 61, 1-3. He said, the Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is upon me, for the Lord has appointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to comfort the brokenhearted and to proclaim that captives will be released and prisoners will set free. Captives, the captivated by the things that's oppressing us right now. The situation at your job, you're being held captive by the situation, right? The situation with your kids, the situation in your finances, the situation in your health, the situation in your business, whatever it is, the situation with loved ones, right? You probably lose a loved one and all. It's you're held captive but you will be released from your captivity and prisoners will be set free. You will be set free from the things that you're going through. Then he went on to say, he has sent me to tell those who mourn that the time of the Lord's favor has come. The time of the Lord's favor has come upon you right now. Claim it, claim it, claim it. And with it, the day of God's anger against their enemies. So the people are coming up against you on the job. The people are coming up against you in church, in your neighborhood, or wherever it is that you reside, and they're coming up against you, bringing lies against you and trying to bring you down. He said the time has come. His anger is against them. His anger is against them right now, right? He said to all who mourn in Israel, he will give them a crown of beauty for ashes, a joyous blessings instead of mourning, festive praise instead of your despair. Instead of depression, he can give you praise, right? Instead of your mourning, he said he can give you joyous blessings. In the righteousness, they will be like a great oak that the Lord has planted for his glory. So he said he can out of the situation that you're in. You're praying, he hear you. He can bring you out and exalt you. Just like the great oak tree that he plants for his own glory. And if he plants something for his glory, you know, that's going to be beautiful, right, guys? So whoever it is, you claim this message and you go in a state of expectancy and start thanking him that your time has come. Thank God that you hear my prayer. Thank God that this situation is going to be over. Thank God of this confirmation that this young man is bringing to me today. This is confirmation that my time has come. My time has come. Expect it. Thank him for it. All right, guys. Have a great day, and thank you all you guys for checking in. Thank you guys for checking in, and we'll talk again on Wednesday. Have a great day. Okay, bye. Your time has calm.